It is very sad that sometimes on many farms they throw away the food that they cannot sell because if they give it out, they worry that the price will be low and nobody will pay as much. If the food is supplied in abundance, then the price will go low and they can't make money. But if they throw away food, it's also very, very wasteful, you know. It's a lot of labor and work put into the farm in order to produce some food. Many people are hungry nowadays, especially with climate change and disasters so frequent and so huge, much worse than ever before. Many more people are hungry. If we can be more organized and give that food away to those in need, because they are in need already anyway, they won't have money to buy, that's why they're hungry. So even if you give it to them, the price will not go any lower. It's very difficult to tell anyone to live the right way. I'm just hoping that some of the people will listen and try to live righteously. The reward for that is not what we expect, but it will come. And the great reward is in your heart because you will feel happy. You know that you help others and you know that you are doing the right thing and are worthy to be called a human. Not everyone who looks human is human. That is the thing. Some are even half demons or mostly demons. And recently there was a report about scientific research. They have found that the brain of humans is basically very good, very gentle, very kind, very generous and loving. Like they have this kind of quality in there, ready, wanting, always. It's like ingrained in the brain that people would like to do things to help others and themselves.
Acts of kindness, acts of generosity is how simple it is to make people feel good. I was walking down the streets of New York City, and a guy walking in front of me, his backpack opened and a bunch of paper fell out on the street. I didn't think much of it. I bent down, I gathered up the papers, handed them back to him, and pointed out that his bag had opened. Now, in our bodies, there's a chemical called oxytocin. Oxytocin is responsible for all the warm and fuzzies, unicorns and rainbows. It's responsible for all the warm feelings and connectedness we have with each other. Friendship, love. Huge amounts of oxytocin surge through a woman's body as she gives birth. This is what is responsible for the mother-child bond. Oxytocin binds human beings. There are many ways to get oxytocin. One of them is acts of kindness and acts of generosity. It feels good when we do something nice for someone. It feels good when someone does something nice for us. On this particular day, I did something for someone with no expectation of anything in return. I got a little surge of oxytocin. I felt good. He turned to me and he said, "Thank you. It feels nice when someone does something for us with no expectation of anything in return." He felt good. I walked to the end of the street. I'm waiting to cross the street. And a total stranger who happened to be standing next to me said, "I saw what you did back there. That was really cool." As it turns out, witnessing an act of generosity releases oxytocin, and he felt good. And the best part about oxytocin is the more oxytocin we have in our bodies, the more generous we become. It is Mother Nature's way of trying desperately to get us to look after each other. I can guarantee you that that man who witnessed what I did something nice for somebody that day simply because he saw someone do something nice for somebody that day. So what if we commit to do something nice for someone with no expectation of anything in return? Imagine what happens at work. Imagine what happens at home. Imagine what happens with our friends. But it must be genuine.
So in Asian folklore, they say that humans originally have a very good quality, noble quality. In Vietnam, we say nhân chi sơ tính bản thiện, meaning originally humans' quality is very noble, very kind, yes. So how come we have degraded into such a stage that we could even kill others, kill each other, and kill animal people, make them suffer all their lives, have torturous lives, then murder them to eat, and still call ourselves humans, because they have forgotten their original nature, the real quality of a human. Society influences them, and it became like a trend, it became like a habit. So people continue to live that way, legalizing the bad way of life. Even governments and laws support all this kind of life. So everybody just takes each other's bad example and all are falling like that together, down to the bottom of moral standards and virtuous standards. Originally, humans were not like that. The humans who first came to this planet were not like that. And slowly, slowly, we felt it's also because this world is still full of demons. The demons are made of fallen humans as well. And the more we fall, the more the population of demons increases. And that's how we have the world as it is today. We normalize all kinds of bad behavior, all kinds of low life standards that we didn't know before. We came from heaven. We were pure, innocent, powerful, have telepathic power, have magical power, have things that we could use to survive longer, live longer on this planet if we wanted to. We could fly like bird people. We could go without food. We could love each other just like we love ourselves. And slowly, slowly, we lost that because we have forgotten who we are. And it's a pitiful situation that we have let ourselves into. That's why God felt pity for us. Then God sent His Son, or His trusted angels, saints and sages and masters, we call them, to come down to this suffering world in order to rescue whomever they still can, to rescue whomever is calling for help to be liberated and go back home. Not every planet or world has such a great fortune as to have a master with them. Some planets don't have, some worlds don't have, like the world of hell doesn't have master. Not every hell has, maybe one or two, very rarely. And even then, all the beings in hell do not hear the master talks. They cannot. They're not allowed to even. This is the problem. Well, not to talk about hell, on this planet is the same. How many masters have come and gone? How many masters have come to this planet and left us after their time's up? And not many people on this planet even have a chance to meet them or listen to them. And even if they do have a chance to meet them or listen to them once or twice, not necessarily that they will accept the master's teaching, follow through with it, and practice it. That's why the world has never been empty of suffering. It's because our choice has been contaminated with unintelligent decisions, with bad associations, with lower quality life, with demons, for example, or with fallen angels. Do not blame yourself too much. Imagine God created the angel and he could fall. He became Satan, became anti-God, anti-Christ, anti-Buddha. And when Buddha was alive, his distant cousin, Devadatta, also not only imitated him to get influence to be famous and wealthy, but even tried to assassinate the Buddha many times and in many lifetimes. Whenever the Buddha incarnated to help beings, Devadatta also reincarnated as a very bad force to oppose the Buddha, to harm the Buddha, to create things, create events that make the Buddha's reputation degraded, yes, or his life be in danger, or encounter a fatal situation and die, either brutally or less brutally. Many masters have this problem as well on this planet, and it seems to get worse because the more demonic beings or devils or ghosts appear, those bad ghosts, zealous ghosts, vicious ghosts, the more humans have gone bad, gone low in quality, and the more demons, devils, and zealous ghosts they will have in the same world. And these demons, ghosts, and devils, they influence more and more humans to make them more and more bad, thus far from God, and encounter all kinds of pain and suffering, and even become demons or ghosts themselves, to harm themselves, harm others as well, by the low quality that they make themselves become. So please, whoever you possibly know, just gently remind them, tell them to be vegan, at least less killing karma, so their body, their mind will be stronger, healthier, and more strengthened to deal with their own physical and mental troubles, because the physical problems sometimes are also not as bad as the mental problems and psychological problems, all kinds of problems, because they don't know how to get out of the traps of Maya, of badness, and of, surrounding unfavorable situations and bad energy. Humans are to be pitied, truly. That's why God always sends His saints, His Son, to come down and help us, but not all of us listen. Most of us do not listen. That's why the world continues to be like it is now, and it seems to get worse at times. So we have more disasters, more trouble nowadays, and war from one country to another. We don't know what will happen next even. Most of us don't know. And even if the saints and sages and the clairvoyant beings keep telling us, if you want to avoid more trouble, please do this, do that, live rightly, don't kill, don't steal. Most humans still cannot listen to that and practice those simple principles to keep themselves safe and healthy, normal, and a true human. On the contrary, they find all kinds of things to, slander the masters with, or to make them be harmed in any way possible. Since time immemorial, it has always been happening.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit suprememastertv.com/master.
Being vegan gives you a different kind of high. When you achieve this level of determination and strength to say no to your favorite foods and stick to your ethics and principles for the innocent animals. Sharmistra Maggi, vegan.